What's going on, guys? Out here getting ready to cut some wood, and it's a beautiful day. I think it's going to be 60 today, so spring has sprung and I'm ready for the warmer temps, although this winter wasn't bad at all. So but just ready for spring and fall. Those are my two favorite seasons. So today I'm just going over this Echo CS590 Timberwolf. As I mentioned in one of the other videos, I had problems with the SPUR sprocket. You know, for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I just leaned too hard on my saw, but I just keep digging through that SPUR sprocket. It just kept leaving notches. And I had the other video, I just bought a new one, and I literally started digging through that one again, and I think that one was like $30-some. So I just went out and got a rim sprocket for it. A site called Saw Again has one that fits the Echo CS590. Oregon might have one that fits, but it's hard. They don't have it listed what fits what. I think it just says steel and Husqvarna and stuff like that, but nothing specifically says Echo CS590. And I'm told it said, I think a lot of the parts that fit the 600 and maybe the 620p fit this, but yeah, I mean, if you can find from Oregon that fits, it would be a lot cheaper. I mean, this ran me right around just a tick under $50, but I'm not going to keep buying SPUR sprockets and having it just tear it up every time at $35 within a month. Not even that. So, and it's dangerous because this chain keeps slipping and gets loose. So I'm not going to run a saw like that. So if you're cutting a lot of wood and you plan on keeping the saw for a little bit, then a rim sprocket might be a good option. And there's not many. I don't know if there's any videos on YouTube right now that show the 590 with the rim sprocket. So I'm going to take this off, show you guys what it looked like, and then do some cutting today, and then I haven't cut with it yet. So, you know, this is kind of my first go at it to see. Some junk in there. We'll back this off before I take it off, that way it's easier to put back on. Yeah, this is my first go at it, so we'll see how it does. And you know, the replacement rim sprockets are like $5, so you mess one of those up, you don't get hit as hard. So there you go. That's the, yeah, I just sharpened this chain too, so it's ready to go. I'll take this off there and show you. So there you go. Like I said, this is specifically for the 590 and I think the 600p. But, you know, I like this saw and I plan on keeping it. You know, I might get, you know, a 70cc saw in the steel line here after a while, if you know what I'm talking about. But this saw, for the money, like I said, I really like this saw. You know, Echo, for the price, you can't beat it. It's a good saw. You know, you throw a 24-inch bar on there, it pulls it just fine. It's just the only thing I see is this the SPUR sprocket just can't take what I put it through. So we're gonna go the more professional route and go this rim sprocket. So yeah, we're gonna cut today with it and see how it does, and then this is kind of my review of this sprocket. Like I said, I got it at Saw Again on their website. So yeah, we'll get to cutting, see how it does. So as you can see, that cuts good, and I used that 2-in-1 sharpener. It's kind of like the steel, but I got the preferred or whatever. But yeah, you see how it kind of stalls out in the wood. That's what I'm talking about with the rakers on that. I think it takes it down just a tick too much to where it's, you know, it's taking chunks. You know, it's throwing nice pieces, but it's getting caught up. And I think that's part of the reason my that SPUR sprocket couldn't take that, because it was constantly just grabbing so hard. You know, like I said, it sharpens it, but it definitely takes the rakers down a lot, which it's hard on your saw. So I needed to go with that rim sprocket, something that can take a little more of the abuse, and replacement parts. You know, a replacement SPUR sprocket isn't that much compared to a whole a replacement rim sprocket. It's $5. You know, a whole SPUR sprocket drum, you know, you're looking at 30 some, 35, almost $40 every time. So yeah, that cuts nice. And yeah, changed a little, kind of a little tight, but yeah, it's too tight. I need to loosen that up. But yeah, it's not hanging off the bar, so you know, I'll keep you guys updated. You know, I'll use this for a while and then do another video, but you know, like I said, if you're cutting a lot of wood, that rim sprocket's probably your best bet. That's probably the way to go. You know, it's kind of expensive unless you can find the Oregon, you know, the Oregon one, but I just didn't know which one it was. There's nothing in the list that says that. I'm sure eventually something will come out, but right now the OEM one is around 50. But for me, like I said, I've already spent $35, and it was toast in not even a month. I mean, I don't use this every time I cut. I use the steel sometimes, most of the time, and stuff this size. So this thing was toasted after very little use. So I'm just not going to keep throwing my money down the drain. So yeah, she's cutting good. She's nice and sharp. So like I said, it's something, you know, if you want to keep this off for a while and you're cutting a lot of wood, it's just something to look into. And like I said, I haven't seen any videos on that, so I figured I'd show you what it looks like, what it's cutting like, and then where to get it. I've seen some on eBay, but I just don't trust that. So yep, go to Saw again and pick you up one if. So yeah, it's cutting pretty good. You know, I've cut all this, some ash over there. So yeah, I mean, this chain sharp as can be too, so it's really digging in the wood. So if I try to lock them dogs, it wants to hang up sometimes. But I'm going to show you my technique. When I use this saw, when you grab this saw, you want to wrap your thumb underneath this handle here. You don't want to cut like this. You want to wrap it. You want to grip onto that. That way, if this saw comes up, see, I always turn my chain brake on, but it comes up, it'll hit you. Keep your arm straight. Don't bend this arm, because then it'll come up like that. Keep this arm straight. Keep your thumb wrapped underneath this handle. You know, I'm not a professional. This isn't my full-time job. I'm off right now because of this COVID-19 stuff. So this is what I'm doing. I'm out cutting wood, getting ahead on this for the next week or two while they get their stuff together. So, but yeah, like I said, keep your arms straight, keep the thumb underneath, and you know, I'm not doing this Billy Buck and Ray style. You know, you see some of his videos, and he's doing one of these. I'll show you, like this. If I can get this set up here, he's coming in this, taking his hand off, and just going like one of these. Let's see, get you here. He's taking his hand off and kind of doing one of these with one hand. Yeah, I could do that with this, but he's a professional. I'm not a professional. So I'm not going to do one hand and let it kind of just dig its way in, because this ends up hitting something and it comes back on me. My hand's not on that chain brake. I want to be seriously injured. So all you guys watching his videos, or whoever, don't imitate him. He's a professional. Let him do what he does. If you want to be safe, wear your chaps. I got my steel toe boots on, my chaps. And use your chainsaw right. Don't one arm it and try to look like a cool guy. Don't do that. Use it right. Wrap your thumb underneath the handle. Thumb underneath the handle and grip. You want to hold this tight the whole time and keep this elbow locked in straight, kind of like you're golfing. Just like a golf swing. Keep your elbow in. Keep this arm straight. Make sure this arm's straight at all times. That way it comes up. And just turn your chain brake off. You know? Or turn your chain brake on. Every time you're done out of the cut, if you gotta go do something, chain brake on. Always. I always do that. I'll grab it like this. You know, I'll grab this saw, chain brake off once I get done, and I just snap my wrist. It's done. Just like that. So it's always on. So you don't start it and kick it back. So, yeah, it's just some safety tips, how to run these. You know, people, you don't have to showboat. This is getting firewood, you know, as fast as possible, but safety is the number one. You want to do it safe. You don't want to, you know, you don't want to do it and try to go so quick to where you're going to get hurt. If you're tired, you know, if you're sweaty, sweat's getting in your eyes, you need to go wipe the sweat out your eyes. Go wipe the sweat out of your eyes. Go take a break. It's not worth you being tired, letting your arm out and letting this come back and you're not paying attention and it hits a rock down here or another log that's in the front of this and kicks back into your face. Not worth it. So yeah, just some safety tips there. And but yeah, this thing's cutting smooth. That 2-in-1, like I said, it works great, but it's just, yeah, it really grabs the wood. So that's where the safety makes me nervous when it's grabbing like this, because it's grabbing hard. You can hear it in the cut, almost like if you've ever cut through something that had a piece of metal in it and you hear that grinding. That's what this, it feels like that, where this thing's really digging. So, but yeah, it's cutting good. I'm gonna get done quick today, so I might get 2 loads.